Double game week 28 transfer plans. What is up everyone, how's it going? Hope you're keeping well and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to have a look at how I'm currently shaping up ahead of the double game week this week, and at the moment I'm not looking to use my free hit in Blank GW29, so I'm going to have to plan my transfers around this Blank game week accordingly. I've got 2 free transfers to use. Let's get into the video. So before we get into today's video, let's hit a like goal of 80 likes on this video. So head on down there, drop the video a like, and if you are watching and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button below. We're getting close to 5.5k subs, so I'd really appreciate it if you could help me get there. We'll start off the video with a quick summary of how we fared out in Game Week 27. We scored 75 points of the game week. Wasn't a bad score to be fair, but unfortunately we got our 10k red arrow, and I'm now sitting at 135k overall. We'll start off the game week review from the fence to attack, and Dubravka started off the game week to a decent start as he picked up a clean sheet at home to Wolves and also managed to come away with a save point for a 7-point return. Unfortunately though, as you can see there, I did leave Areola on my bench, and Areola saved the penalty in the first half against Everton. He did concede though, but he picked up 3 bonus points as well to come away with a 13-point haul. 6 points difference then between my goalkeepers, but if you did watch my last video, the reason I played Dubravka was because I expected Newcastle to get that clean sheet at home. They did get it, but it was just unfortunate that Areola got that penalty save on my bench. Moving on to the back three, the Arsenal and Sheffield United game has just come to an end, so I was definitely glad to get that Arsenal double defensive clean sheet with Gabriel and Saliba both picking up 6 points for a 12-point return from the Arsenal duo. The Sheffield United attack never really threatened a clean sheet wipeout, so that's now 3 clean sheets in their last 4 for Arsenal. Probably could have been 4-4 only for that late consolation goal from Newcastle last week, but fingers crossed they can get 4 clean sheets in 5 with a clean sheet against Brentford this weekend. I took a risk on starting Estepinian after he was benched in the last few game weeks for Brighton, so I was definitely delighted at 2 PM to see him named in the starting 11. But fast forward to 5 PM on Saturday, it was a different story as Brighton conceded 3 times and Estepinian picked up a yellow card for a 0-point return from the left back. He's been a very frustrating asset to own over the last couple of game weeks, and with 2 free transfers this week, he's first on the chopping block, so I'll be looking forward to getting him out of the team this week. Phil Foden was the hero of the Manchester derby as he picked up 2 goals and all bonus points for a 15-point haul, and that means he's now picked up 2 double-digit hauls in his last 2 games, and it could have been a lot more for Foden when he set up Haaland in the first half, only for Haaland to skide over from 1 yard out, and he also had a few half chances in the first half of the derby, only for Onana to deny him well. If you watched my last video, I did think about bringing in Heung-min Son for Kevin De Bruyne, but after De Bruyne picked up 4 assists in that FA Cup game against Luton, it felt wrong to get rid of him, especially as I thought City were going to give United a thumping, which they did in the end, but unfortunately De Bruyne drew a blank and only came away with 2 points, and Heung-min Son scored a goal against Palace, so that was 5 points lost without making that transfer. Cole Palmer continued his consistent form this season, picking up a late assist away to Brentford for a 5-point return, and with Saka playing tonight, he was doing really well in the first half, picking up 2 assists, and he could have had a lot more, only for Arteta brought him off at half time, I'm assuming just to keep him injury free, and with Arsenal up by 5. If you tuned into my deadline stream on Saturday afternoon when I was determining who to captain out of Haaland and Saka, I did expect both of them to return, and they did. Saka got 2 assists, Haaland got his goal, but I was looking at the minutes and I did expect Haaland to play the 90 minutes in that derby. And if you look at Saka's minutes over the last 4 game weeks, there's been a pattern of him being subbed off early between the 60th and 75th minute, so that's what swayed me into captaining Haaland. Saka did get hauled off at half time. I was expecting him to be subbed off early, but I wasn't expecting him to be subbed off at half time. So if you did captain Saka this week, you can feel rather unfortunate, as he probably could have got some more returns in that second half. 1 point difference between the two isn't a big deal also, but at least the two of them did return when I was deciding who to captain. With the security of Haaland playing 90, he did end up getting his return in the 90th minute when Amrabat gifted the ball to Rodri, and Rodri put it on a plate for Haaland to stick it into the net. 6-point return from Haaland, 12 points from the captaincy. As I said, it could have been a lot more when he did skide over the bar from a yard out in the first half, so it should have been probably a 26-pointer, 24-pointer if Foden did end up getting all the bonus points, which he probably would. So yeah, 12 points missed out there from Haaland with that miss. Moving on to my 2 other strikers, Ollie Watkins continued his fine form in front of goal with 2 goals away to Luton for a 13-point haul. Dominic Solanke then ended off the game week with a blank. At least he did play the 90 minutes after there was some question marks around what he was going to play with that knee injury. He did get through 90 minutes, so hopefully should be all fine for the double game week this week. 75 points for the game week wasn't a bad score at all, but it was below the safety score at my rank, and I did manage a red arrow, and I'm now sitting at 135k overall. I do have 2 free transfers to use ahead of the double game week this week, so fingers crossed I do get the right players in and hopefully we can turn that arrow green. As I said earlier, at the moment I'm not planning on using my free hit in the Blank GW29, so I may see some red arrows over the next couple of weeks when a lot of other managers are planning on using their free hit to get some players for the Blank game week. I'm just going to have to trust my chip strategy, and hopefully then when I use my wildcard in game week 31 and my free hit and bench boost later on in the season, I can make back up that ground and sit on some nice ranks. Let's move on now and have a look at how I'm shaping up ahead of the double game week this week. So here's how we're currently lining out ahead of the double game week 28 deadline. The team is in alright shape. There's a few issues obviously in defence with Estepinian there. Not too happy with Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield, and Triple City against Liverpool mightn't shout too many returns. I'm expecting a close game there at Anfield. But yeah, we do have one double game week player at the moment, the most important one in Dominic Solanke. He's up against Sheffield United at home and Luton at home. And with Sheffield United just after conceding 6 at home to Arsenal, and with only 2 clean sheets for Luton all season, I'm expecting good returns for Solanke over the double game week. Looking at my current chip strategy, I'm currently looking at wildcarding in game week 31, free hitting for the double in game week 34, and then bench boosting for the biggest double game week of the season in game week 37. I'm getting a lot of questions between my YouTube members, my Patreon members, and on Instagram and Twitter in DMs asking why haven't I looking at free hitting in Blank game week 29. At the moment, I do have 4 players for game week 29, so Areola in goals, Pedro Porro in defence, he should be back, fingers crossed hopefully, for that game against Fulham in 29. And then I've got Watkins and Charlie Taylor. So they're my 4 players at the moment for the Blank in 29. The good news about Luton then is the double in game week 28, and then they also play in game week 29. So with 2 free transfers this weekend, I'll be more than likely looking to bring in 2 Luton players, and then I can get 3 extra fixtures, 2 for the double game week, and then 1 for game week 29. So 6 players, that'll leave me then for Blank game week 29. And then I'll also be looking to bring in Heung-min Son, Jared Bowen, and maybe even potentially Ivan Toney to get me up to 9 players for that Blank game week. Just on the reason then of why I'm not looking to free hit in Blank game week 29, of the 8 to 9 players I've just listed off there, 6 to 7 of those will be the very popular picks, so the foundations of a Blank game week 29 free hit team. So for example, I've already got Ollie Watkins up front there. He's obviously going to be in every free hit team. Then if I'm looking to bring in Ivan Toney, that'll cover me for that Burnley fixture away. Ivan Toney will be very popular amongst managers who are looking to free hit. Then moving to midfield, if I have Son and Bowen, they're obviously very popular picks as well. And then in defence, Spurs away to Fulham, managers might look towards Spurs assets for defensive cover. I already have Pedro Porro on the team there, so fingers crossed he will be back from his injury in Blank game week 29. Then with the Luton assets, as I said, I'm currently looking to bring in 2 players for the double game week this week, and then it's lucky enough that they do play in the Blank game week 29. And to be fair, it's a decent fixture at home to Nottingham Forest, so we could see some nice returns for the Luton players over the next couple of game weeks. And if you are looking to free hit in game week 29, you're more than likely looking to have 1 to 2 Luton players also. So bringing in those Luton players this week, and if the plan are I'm not looking to free hit, at least I'll be insured and covered with having those Luton players in there as well. Then to be fair, looking at the fixtures for Blank game week 29, they don't really scream Hall potentials throughout the game. So you've Burnley at home to Brentford, fair enough. Brentford players might do alright there, but if I have Toney in the team, I'll be covered with Brentford assets. Then Spurs away to Fulham. To be fair, Fulham are in decent form as well at the moment, but if I have Heung-min Son and if I have Pedro Porro back from injury, I should be covered with the Spurs assets there also. And then moving back to the Luton game, we spoke about that. If I have 2 players already, I'll be covered for that game, and a lot of FPL managers who are free hitting will be looking to have at least 1 to 2 Luton players anyway, should be safe on that. And then finishing off, Aston Villa against West Ham. I already have Areola, I already have Watkins. If I'm looking to bring Jared Bowen into the team, I have 3 players in that fixture. To be fair, I'm expecting both teams to score that game, so hopefully it's Watkins, hopefully it's Bowen amongst the returns, and then Areola can get a few save points also. So there's a quick summary of why I'm not looking to free hit in Blank game week 29. I'll then be looking to free hit in the double game week in game week 34. I'll be looking to load up on double game week players then in game week 34, and fingers crossed we should see some better returns compared to the Blank game week. So with the fact I'm not looking to free hit in Blank game week 29, I'm going to have to dead end my team up until game week 30 and then wildcard in game week 31. And by wildcarding in game week 31, I'll be able to have the likes of Erling Haaland, Bukayo Saka, Mo Salah and Heung-min Son all on the one team. And then without the use of the wildcard, this would be very difficult to get these 4 players on the one team. So that's the benefit of using the wildcard in game week 31. People are asking me, why don't I wildcard in game week 30? Well, that's just because Arsenal play City in game week 30. So waiting the extra week, you can avoid that Arsenal City game. And then with a wildcard in game week 31, I can stock up on the Arsenal and City players. That's the quick summary then of my chip strategies then as well. Let's move on now and have a look at my transfer plans ahead of the deadline this weekend. Looking at my transfer plans ahead of the weekend's games, I do have 2 free transfers to use ahead of the double game week, and the first transfer I'll be looking to use is getting rid of Estepinian after a few disappointing weeks of the last 2 games, and then bringing in Doughty with that double game week for Luton this weekend, and then they also have a fixture in Blank GW29. For my second free transfer then, I'll be looking to take out Kevin De Bruyne and bringing in Heung-min Son. Since owning De Bruyne, he's been disappointment after disappointment, blank after blank, and for what price he is, he hasn't been value at all. So I'll be looking to get rid of him as soon as possible and getting in Heung-min Son. Even though Heung-min Son doesn't have a double game week this week, he does have a fixture in Blank GW29, so bringing Son in this week allows me to plan ahead for that blank and get an extra player into the team. So that's how I'm currently looking at using my first 2 free transfers, and then this transfer on screen here would be for a hit, and it'll definitely surprise some of the viewers who are watching this video. So the plan is, at the moment, getting rid of Erling Haaland for a hit and bringing in Carlton Morris for Luton. There is method to the madness though, however. Haaland faces Liverpool this weekend, so that could be a tight affair at Anfield, and bringing in Carlton Morris allows me to have him for his double game week fixtures this weekend against Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. Fixtures he could easily well return in with him being on penalties. He's in good form as well at the moment, 5 goals and 4 assists in his last 9 games, and then it also allows me to have an extra player for that blank game week in Game Week 29, with Luton playing Forest in Game Week 29 and Haaland blanks in Game Week 29, as we all know. So 1 fixture for Haaland against Liverpool over the next 2 game weeks compared to Carlton Morris's. He's got 2 fixtures in the double game week, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth, and then the extra fixture in Blank Game Week 29. So 1 fixture for Haaland, 3 fixtures for Morris. As I said, there is method to the madness, and that's why I'm considering getting rid of Haaland and bringing in Morris this week. So with those 3 potential transfers, it'll leave me with 3 double game week players, 2 from Luton in Alfie Doughty and Carlton Morris, away to Crystal Palace and away to Bournemouth, and then it'll leave me with Solanke from Bournemouth at home to Sheffield and at home to Luton. He's the pick of the fixtures out of the double game week players, so he gets the armband for now, but that's how I'm currently lining up with my potential transfers ahead of the deadline. If you've made it to the end of this video, please give it a like, drop a comment below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's hit a like goal of 80 likes on this video. If you are watching this video and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button below. I'm currently on the road to 5.5k subs, so if you are watching and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button and help me get there. I'll see you all later on in the week for a double game week 28 team selection video where I'll be locking in my team. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.